Hello guys, I'm playing a server called DungeonRealms. Some of you may have heard of it, some of you might not have. This is a server that's in closed beta still, but fortunately I've been given access to this server, paid $10, and now I'm a supposed beta tester of DungeonRealms. Now this is a server that is a lot different to say your normal survival server. It's almost a completely different game. Its goal is to sort of replicate the modern MMOs, World of Warcraft, Rift, Guild Wars, all of those. They've got that style and sort of put it into a Minecraft server. As you can see, I've got some iron armor here, but you'll notice something a bit different. Each individual item has got a statistic or a HP value on it. Now this sort of means that each item is different. When you collect an item, its value is randomized, and there are different tiers of items, say stone, that's tier 2, leather tier 1, diamond tier 4, iron tier 3. That's how it works as a tier system, and each item you find in the game has its sort of own value. And you get items by looting the corpses of different mobs. I like this server a lot. It's very different, and it's different not because of, say, how you play, but more because of the type of goals in this game as opposed to normal Minecraft. It's not about building a house, it's about leveling up. It's about getting better gear. And I think it sort of adds a different goal to Minecraft, which I like a lot. I'm just walking around here. Up there is Harrison's Field. On this server you can't actually edit the main terrain. It's completely you can't edit it at all, and in fact you've got to have your own private realm which you access using a portal here, which then opens up your private realm where you can actually build your own stuff. There was a monster I just killed. You notice something a bit different. It actually dropped a gem here. Gems are the currency of this server. You'll also notice that green bar over its head. That represents its health. All of the mobs here are customized in some sort of way. They've got their own health bars, their own HP. They're entirely different. And the more you explore outwards, the harder the mobs get, and you'll need better loot. You can see I'm in iron at the moment. This is tier 3. Tier 3 can handle this area very well, and in fact I could venture out even more. This area is designed for, say, leather, maybe chain. It's a pretty good server, I like this. If you look at my XP bar, not the number but the actual bar, that represents your stamina. If you just wait, you can see it going up. To do anything in this server you need stamina. To attack the mobs you need stamina. To sprint you need stamina. The normal hunger bar applies as well, but stamina is really what makes the combat system on this server different from the combat system on most servers. And they've actually done a pretty good job with building the map as well. It's a sort of roleplay world where they've named all of the locations, given, you know, a unique responsibility to each place. You can see this is some sort of a farm or mill here. And across the map are scattered these loot chests. It's very hard to sort of introduce this server because it has so much. It's almost an entirely different game. So I'm going to be doing quite a lot of videos on this server because it is such a large server. I think that's one way of putting it. There's another player there. But, you know, the more you explore, the more loot chests you find, and you sort of get better gear and you move on. It's following the model which many of the MMOs follow. That's only one sort of layer of this server. This DungeonRealms server, actually the combat is only, say, one half of it. This server has an entirely player-driven economy. That's something I find quite extraordinary. As everybody's gathering loot, they come back to sell it here. This is the main city, Serenica, the capital. If any of you play World of Warcraft, there's a city called Stormwind. It's a lot like that, the capital, the trading hub, you know, the gathering point in the server. And this is where everybody is free to start up their own shop And I think the economy in this server is something I've had a lot of fun with. You can buy stuff low, sell it higher. You can really make an entire experience just out of trading and making profit. It's actually almost as enjoyable as looting and killing things itself. Here's my shop here, Loot Mart. It's just a humble little store, but you can see they've got their, well, Dungeon Realms has its own trading GUI. It's got the shop up here and your own inventory here. So say I was going to edit the shop, I'd click this green thing here, which is the close button. I click that, the shop goes off. And say I wanted to add a new item, maybe I want to sell this stew. I'll add that in, and then I just type what I want. So maybe I'm going to sell this for 10. A little overpriced, but that's how the shop system works. You know, it's a very fluid system. It works just as well as many of the trading systems I've seen in some of the MMOs, if not better. And I think it's what's kept me playing on this server. No, you know, take this into account, I've only been playing for a few days, but from what I've played so far, this is looking very promising. And I must warn you, this server's only in closed beta, so they're planning to add loads of new things. I know yesterday they added in the mounts, which is pretty interesting, and in a few weeks we're expecting some sort of guild system, PvP and all of that. And I think that's where this server has the potential to truly succeed. If you just look in here, this is your sort of character journal, as they call it. And there's already some interesting mechanics laid out here. My alignment's lawful. Well, this basically means that I'm a nice guy, I haven't killed any players, so I actually only lose 30% of my armor durability. Where, say, if you killed a few players, you'd suddenly become chaotic and have a red name. And that would mean, if you died, you lost all of your armor. So there's certainly a consequence of action that they've already introduced here, and it's looking very promising. Mind you, they haven't fully sort of implemented some of these features yet, but I'm sure they'll do a good job once we've moved over to, say, the open beta, maybe launch. You can see all my stats here, my buddy list. You know, there's all of the features you're used to seeing in some of the popular MMOs, and I think I like that a lot. Oh, you can see there, I've just sold a watch. You know, you're constantly doing stuff here, there's so much to do. You know, you can kill mobs, you can sell stuff. If you get bored of that, you can start building your home in your own private realm. The realm system is something which is interesting, and they're planning to introduce guild realms as well. It's all very, very interesting, and not many servers, well, no servers have done something on this scale before. You know, you see lots of these servers who tag themselves MMORPG, but they're only that in the sense of maybe having one or two RP plugins. But this server really does do a tremendous job at replicating some of the core mechanics you see in the popular MMOs, World of Warcraft, etc. And I think that's what I like about this server. It's different. The combat system in this server is loads different from vanilla Minecraft. And with all of this considered, this server uses no client mods. And I think that's something to commend. I didn't have to download anything. Yeah, I'm gonna be covering more episodes with this server, but if you wanna play, $10, you're in the closed beta. Well, see you later, guys.